fucking love this beat though, you know?
Good evening, George Danikian with a 10 News update.
Who let this bitch off the leash? Which one? It don't matter. We're gonna put a dog down. It takes the onus of manners. You sound like a meth addict carrying a pipsqueak. Bit off more than you could tune, a bit of sweet and missing teeth.
Woo, great fucking energy, boys. Great energy there. That breaking news intro was incredible.
Good evening, George Danikian with a 10 News update.
Who let this bitch off the leash? Which one? It don't matter. We're gonna put a dog down. It takes the onus of manners. You sound like a meth addict carrying a pipsqueak. Bit off more than you could tune, a bit of sweet and missing teeth.
Shit's weak. Who shit? Both these boys should stop and listen. Now these bitches don't need madness when murdering competition. Newsflash, just in.
You think you're too big to chew? Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we don't sniff glue.
Max and Red, you rack your best. Gassed up with some massive heads and average breasts. You call that news? You're better off just flashing Seth. Talentless, and that's a stretch. One of you hasn't slept. The other cunts are pests. You both get snapped like a rabbit's neck.
Brain dead, thinking snapping bunnies is a hard diss.
Bastard, smug, snotty, stupid little half-wits.
Think you ran the bar exam, you couldn't pass my class, kid. When you add them up, they still equal half an artist. Daft pricks.
Over the bar both times. Interesting. I like the finish though. Interesting that we went over the bar twice from Bittersweet. Not sure, man. Not sure. God damn. I do like the
Good
punches
evening,
from
George
Bittersweet. Let's go
Danikian with a
again.
10 News update.
Who let this bitch off the leash? Which one? It don't matter. We're gonna put a dog down. It takes the onus of manners. You sound like a meth addict carrying a pipsqueak. Bit off more than you could tune, a bit of sweet and missing
Shit's
teeth.
weak.
Who shit?
Both these boys should stop and listen.
Now these bitches don't need madness when murdering competition. Newsflash, just in.
You think you're too big to chew? Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we don't sniff glue.
Max and Red, you rack your best. Gassed up with some massive heads and average breasts. You call that news? You're better off just flashing Seth. Talentless, and that's a stretch. One of you hasn't slept. The other cunts are pests. You both get snapped like a rabbit's neck.
Brain dead, thinking snapping bunnies is a hard diss.
Bastard, smug, snotty, stupid little half-wits.
Think you ran the bar exam, you couldn't pass my class, kid. When you add them up, they still equal half an artist. Daft pricks.
Pretty sick. Interesting. First initial thoughts are George Danikian, sick energy. Bittersweet as well, not like Harvey and Brim. I think across the board, hype has got to go to Harvey and Brim. They just fucking grabbed me. It sounded like they were just fucking chomping at the bit to get out there. In terms of flow as well, I got to give it to George Danikian as well. That over the bar both times killed me. A little bit offbeat in certain bars for Bittersweet as well. George Danikian were just locked. That one's unfortunately a little bit more of a split between the two of them. You've got Harvey and Brim. They rap. This one, the flow is a big split. Hype is close because I think Red and Max are so engaging. Let's get into some bars. That'll be the deciding factor for Bittersweet if they want to stay in this. Let's start from the top. Who let this bitch off the leash? Which one? It don't matter. It's funny. We're gonna put a dog down and teach the owner some manners. You sound like a meth addict carrying a pipsqueak. Bit off more you can chew. Now Bittersweet are missing teeth. Not bad. Okay. Nothing crazy. Very super aggressive. I like the energy. I like the aggression. Let's have a look at Bittersweet. Shit's weak. Who's shit? Both these boys should stop and listen. Now these bitches don't need manners when murdering competition. Newsflash just in. You think you're too big to chew. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't sniff glue. Didn't really land because, like I said, over the bar. I think it's pretty close. I don't think either of them have any big punches there. I'd probably give the slight edge to George Danikian, round one. Again, not by much, but enough. Max and Red, you rapped your best, gassed up with some massive heads, and average breast is a really funny random insert. You call that news, you're better off just flashing Seth. Don't. Talentless, and that's a stretch. One of you hasn't slept. I don't know what that means. Is that an in-joke? The other cunts are pest. You'll both get snapped like a rabbit's neck. One of you hasn't slept. What does that mean? Why hasn't one slept? You both get snapped like a rabbit's neck. Again, not, she's tired, meth head. Yeah, but you said they were both meth heads. It's fine. Look, I think it's just all about the flow and the energy on this one. Not a bunch of punches. Tech is nice. Fucking brain dead. Thinking snapping bunnies is a hard diss. Bastards. Smug, snotty, stupid little half-wits. I really liked the way you delivered that. It was really fun. Think you run the bar exam, you couldn't pass my class, kid. I like that as well. When you add them up, they still equal half an artist. Daft pricks. I like this. In terms of punches, I like Bittersweet on this second round more. Just a little bit more in it, I feel. Little personal attacks on Brim. I'm leaning to Bittersweet on the punches. By enough, you know? I think it was harder without the Daft pricks. I agree. I think if they didn't go over the bar, it would have landed. When you add them up, they still equal half an artist. If you could just finish on that, it really would have driven it home. The Daft pricks was just a little confusing at the end. But I'd probably give it 10-9 on that one. I do give this to George Nikian pretty much across the board, aside from that. I think the main factor here is just the flow. It's just hard. It's so locked in with Brim and Harvey. It was always going to be tough. Yeah, I think aside from the punchlines in the second round, this is George Nikian across the board. Really hype. Interested to see what Brim and Harvey teaming up would be, because they're real friends, real rap friends, and it kind of sounds like it. The synergy is so sick. Man, this is sick. This is like a super group to me. Hearing Harvey and Brim teaming up, it's really cool. And I think, you know, Red and Max have done a great job getting through the qualifiers. I think they got very unlucky to end up against Brim and Harvey so soon. It feels a little unfair, if I'm being honest. Really would have liked to see them go a little bit further, but it's just kind of the luck of the draw. They had a great run, and yeah, I'm just keen to hear some more Max and some more Red, but I think we can all agree this one is George Nikian. It's really good. George Nikian. George Nikian going through to battle. The winner between Eurotrip and Breathy Fat Bros.
Let's get it. You pass the esky up, we taking space and aiming high. Wasted while we wayward wilder, scraping by the vacant tiles. The party started and their house just wasn't big enough. So sit with us, the crew's on deck, the session set to rip it up.
Ain't sinister, just sinister. Room below us is too hot. Second story finished.